Welcome to the MFP Report for July the 7th, 2019. Now, couple things here on this report. One, the Democrats have no, uh, what they want to call discipline. They can't help themselves in terms of wanting to go after um, um, you know, the president, and the president knows this. You got shift for brains that wants to do this and all this other stuff. But you also have other people. Yeah, Pelosi says she doesn't want impeachment, but can you really trust her in not wanting impeachment? That's the point. I don't know if you can trust her. I don't know if you can particularly trust this woman to to say that she doesn't want impeachment. Now, in terms of other things that are going on, it is what it is. Uh, I just want to address a thing about terrestrial radio, and I don't know this is going out. If there are people that are watching on YouTube or Facebook or whatever channels, this is going out there. So, uh, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all whatever. You know. So let me just address something with the terrestrial radio. If you do have a local station with a local show that goes out over a particular area, most of the time, if it's a call-in show, particularly in the sports area, they understand that, yeah, you may have a wide listenership, but only a certain amount of people will call whatever show X, Y, or Z at any given time. All right. And of those people, I'm going to say, I don't know, 85 to 90% are repeat callers. And I think this axiom, this thing, uh, I think that this holds true for everything, for all radio stations, not just sports, for news, talk, and everything else. Now, it might not hold true, might not have held true for, let's say, music shows that, because you're going to get, particularly the younger folks, the younger kids that'll call the contemporary or top 40 or whatever, they'll go, all right, I want to hear such and such XYZ, and you may get 50 different kids calling in on a 3-hour show, or you may get, uh, you know, during during a 3-hour show, and if it's a 5-day a week show, you may or may not get those same 50 kids. So throw the top 40 and the music out. I'm strictly speaking on talk radio. It doesn't matter how big the radio station is or how big the area that it covers is. If you're going to have a radio, you've got to understand that it's, I would say it may or may not be a little bit less than that 85 to 90%, but there's a high percentage that are going to be, let's say, repeat callers to these shows. And you can't just say you can only call once a week, because we want to get different voices or different people calling in. That does not work. Now, this is what a particular station did one time to me. I want to call in on them. They do different subjects and different segments of the show, and okay, I get I can't call in but once a show. I get that. All right, that's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about daily. I'm talking about if you have 3 or 4 different subjects, topics in a given day, in a given show, and those, in a given 3-hour show or 4-hour show, whatever it is, and there's going to be a subject or a topic that's going to pique a person X's interest. And on a show on Monday, it may be topic A. On a show on Tuesday, it's a totally different thing. On a show on Wednesday, it's a totally different thing. Show on Thursday and Friday, same thing. So you should be able to call once a day to a show. And most of these radio stations only have one local show, maybe 2, because you're going to have, you got national shows like Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity, and you got, what do you want to call it? Oh, God, what's the name of the dog term? I can't remember. Shows like Michael Berry, who are, you know, from he's a southern show. You may be here and there, maybe in Utah, whatever it is, but he's a southern show. Basically in the South. Moon Griffon's another one. All right, you know, it's not local, but it's God, what's the term? And I'm blanking on the term, but anyway, you should be able to call in as much as possible within reason. And when I say within reason, I mean that you're gonna have, you know, if the rule is you can only call in once a day to a particular show, to show A, and then let's just say you do have more than one show A, B, C, and D. Now, it's not likely, it's a possibility, but it's not likely with these news talk stations that you're going to have more than one local show. All right. There have been times when you've had, on a particular station here in the Baton Rouge area, a show in the morning, a show at maybe 10 or 11 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock, then come back within, mm, say, a 5, 4, or 5. But they don't do that anymore. So it is what it is, And I just wanted to touch base on that because that's just how I feel. Thank you. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and good night.